I thought I set this to private. Not that I don't mind you stopping in. Hello. I honestly thought I set this to private. I was just going to do some testing and check my stream and go through a bunch of different graphic settings. I'm in, and so far it's stable. Yesterday, it is what it is on launch day. You know, don't expect everything to go right. Yesterday, it really did not go right. It was really a pretty bad launch day. As far as launch days are concerned, my friend. Yeah. So, yeah, I was a little disappointed, and, but, you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. I feel really bad for the people at Asobo and Microsoft because, you know, who wants a crappy launch day? So anyway, I've been in here messing around with it. I got to mess around with it a little bit last night, but it kept crashing on me. And then every time I would restart, it throws you back into the queue. It did yesterday. So, you know, that it was just, I don't know how many hours I'm going to sit there waiting for it to get set up. So yeah. Oh yeah. I was monitoring the forums all day yesterday. It was a disaster for everybody. Very few people were really able to get in and have a good time with it yesterday. You know, but I don't want to, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not gonna freak out about it. I'm not gonna complain about it too much. It is what it is. You know, with anything else, you know, problems are going to be discovered. Problems are going to be fixed. And some things that I think that bothered me right away, same with the alpha, is the setup for the joysticks. Now, I am sure that if I had better peripherals and I wasn't just using a simple joystick, that I probably wouldn't find this so confusing. But under your controls, like we covered this in the alpha, you know, here are your devices: mouse, keyboard, SciTech, Extreme. Then here's preset configs. For every one of these, you have 3 of these options: general controls, other controls, specific Midnight controls. That's the name of the aircraft, the Archer Midnight. All right, so creating new profiles, but it seems like I don't know if you have to create 3 new profiles for every one. Oh, it's just kind of a nightmare with this stuff. But I did manage to get the let me go back to the main menu. I did manage to get a Cessna profile set up, or a general. I created a new default because the way that they use the way that they have things set up is so alien to me. The way that they want to use the joystick and controls compared to how I want to. Let me turn on Discord. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe that'll probably help. Hey, oh, you haven't picked it up yet. I was gonna say I want to try multiplayer voice chat. So real quick, if we go back out here to, let me get that Cessna. All right. Okay, I got the Cessna. All right, so I've set up my new general profile 1. Not getting real ambitious, but under the keyboard, I had to do the same thing. My new general profile 1, and go through and set up things the way I like it. Not entirely set up the way I like it yet, but just enough to where I can start flying and do the lessons. But I think, you know, I'm going to keep messing with this, and I'm going to watch other people and see how they interact with it and what they're doing with it. And maybe it'll start making more sense to me. Let me turn on Discord now, in case you just want to chat. Sorry for being away for a while, but if you checked my posts, my last post, that I'm sure you understand. Very sad. Okay, a week of nitro on us. No thanks, I don't need that. And let me go into... And I think I'm in there now. The Microsoft loading screen simulator. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what yesterday was. But I don't want to kick them. I don't want to keep kicking them. I don't want to join in the kicking. I want this to succeed. I want it to be great. So what I've been doing now today is just really going through the controls and the graphic settings. I don't know about developer mode. I forgot to check on that. But I've got a little thing up in the corner which displays the FPS, the CPU output. Right now I'm at 60 FPS, CPU at 63%. And this is stable now for the most part. As I've been going through my controls. Right now I'm at full 4K. I wanted to see how it would handle doing full 4K again. So, outputting 3840 by 2160. And I probably don't need this on super resolution, but it is. Yeah. Yeah, well, you were the one who told me, hey, you know, pre-ordering, you're not really big into pre-ordering, and I totally get it. And, yeah, there's no hurry, you know. We got another 4 years now, or 3 years, or whatever. So, yeah, maybe see you next week, if not sometime in the near future. Get this career mode going. It's gonna be interesting. So I've just been spending most of the afternoon today. I didn't want to log on and do any of this earlier because again I have to keep restarting and checking things and testing things, and I was crashing. Still might, but I thought I'd at least give it a shot tonight. Come on and to do some testing. But again, I thought this stream was set to private. Let me check over here. No, it isn't. It's public. Hey, good. So, thanks for stopping in. Well, yes, on the pre-ordering thing, but we've had a discussion on that. A lot of good pre-ordering did. Well, like I said, it was, yeah, of course it's going to be so I can play on day one. But two, it was like early voting. I wanted to help them look good in their number of sales, and I wanted to just get it paid for and done with. I don't know that a lot of my planes have come over, so when I go into my aircraft, it has brought over my previous purchases, so that'll answer some people's questions. I didn't expect it to happen right off the bat, but if we go to aircraft here, like this, where is it? The Honda Jet. Can't wait to try the balloon. There's the Honda Jet. Looks like they've given me a blue one. I don't know if that's included or not yet, but I bought the F-35, so I have my F-35 again. There's the Jetson 1, the Joby. These are not ones I purchased, but I was looking forward to them including. I didn't know if we were going to have to buy these or not. I don't see... Oh, there it is. The Sky Van. Huh, it looks a little bit different. It looks like a little bit different paint job. Oh, nice. Okay, so yeah, I think that is all my purchased stuff. I haven't a way at the moment to figure out how to check out some of the other things I purchased. Like my camping set, it's not there that I can find. I purchased Denver International Airport, and that's not there at the moment. So it just looks like an average airport. Oh, I said I wanted to try the 170, go back to the 172. Picking your variants and setting up is different now. Now they don't have like the 3 versions out of the main screen, the one with the skis and the one with the pontoons. So now when you select the 172, you've got to come down here and hit configure. And then choose the interior or package you want. There's cargo. The G1000 aerial advertising, so it's got that advertising grab hook unit down here. There's just plain G1000 passenger interior. The amphibious, here's the tow, the skis, and one for skydiving. So that's how you'll set your versions or variants up there. The controls are super loose. I think I've overcompensated right at the moment to just try to make it stable. Anytime I'm touching my joystick at all, just the lightest touch, just all over the place. So at the moment, I have, just go back. Where is it now? It's under controls. You got to go over here, hardware settings. So I've had to put in a lot of, oh, now it's not showing my input device. Oh, that's keyboard. What? Now how do I find my joystick? And it's showing you my Logitech. It's defaulting and saying it's a Cytec Extreme 3D Pro Stick. If I come down here and change this, it'll show it as a Logitech. But that's not what I want. I don't want to use those controls. So again, had to set up my own. Trying to find the joystick controls. Joystick and then hardware settings. Yeah. Maybe that's too much extreme dead, but let's lower that a little bit. But it's I'm finding it super sensitive. Frame gen on. Frame gen on usually cuts my frames, but I can try it for you. So having it is set to, if you turn off NVIDIA DLSS Super Resolution, you get this option here, render scaling, and you can make sure that that is also set to 100%. So ensuring that you're doing 3840 by 2160. Now, right now I'm at 90. Well, I'll get in there, but let me turn on frame generation. But I don't really need frame generation on. but we'll see. Usually it adds more frames, but it then drops the frames. So you do get that super crisp image, but you are giving up FPS. I've never visited my local airport before, and so the terrain around here is dramatically different from 2020. And then I've discovered that they've added these obstacles. I don't know how long these giant tanks at the end of one runway have been there, but they've never been there before. So now when I come in to do a landing on 15, yeah, there's these two giant water tanks or tanks of some kind right at the end of the runway at the other side. And
Kilo Foxtrot Lima Yankee traffic, Cessna November, Tree 8002, taking off runway Tree straight out departure.
all right, so that's frame generation on. So we're getting about the same FPS and GPU just sitting here. That lighting rendering in the cockpit, you see how it's made this part of the windshield gray over here? That's interesting. It's adding the reflected light. So this should all be the RTX shadowing inside your cockpit. Where's my lovely oranges? Get like a minute of orange. And then everything else is washed out here in Colorado during the middle of the day. The sun's so darn bright. There's some okay. Oh, I'm definitely going to start the career mode. But I didn't want to jump in and start doing anything until I was certain, one, it's going to start running right. But again, going through and making sure everything's running right to do these streams. Got my drone camera set up. I don't know about setting up Bush Talk Radio yet. But the terrain is the biggest surprise right here. Like that over there, just off to our 1-2 o'clock. I never knew that stuff was up on a hill or elevated at all. Over here, looking this way, there's a huge drop off into the lower field where they do for the ground for the other planes, light planes. But I never knew that there was a huge drop off right there. You know, I've never been here in real life. Whoops. This stuff all being elevated, the buildings look nice. But everything before has always been at basically ground level. These two tanks coming up here at the end of the runway. Check that out. I wonder if they're thinking, well, a lot of students here, why don't we go ahead and put a giant obstruction right at the end for them to practice with? Other than that, it's like, why, who in the world made that decision to put that there? I was impressed with the water, normally doing the turn right around here sometimes if you're coming in this way. Might be the wrong time of day to look down into the water, but normally you could tell it was just like a water mask, and now you can see like the different elevations in it. You can really see all the way into the water. And everything underneath it. So the water is much clearer. So yeah, right at the moment with these controls, maybe a little again over, maybe a little bit over tightened, but better than being completely loose. I tried doing one of the testing missions, and it was difficult to pass them because the controls are so loose. You know, they want you to do a coordinated turn, or they want you to do something here, climb to this and maintain this altitude, and plane's just bouncing everywhere. So make sure that you are really comfortable with the way your controls are set up before going into the flight training. So you can see I was doing some of these, the basic handling, and again getting crap scores. Let's see here, let's just do it this one on turn. These are B's, and we'll do this one.
To help demonstrate pitch, I've drawn 3 lines on the windshield. Notice how the middle line matches the horizon while we're flying level? This is the cruise attitude. The lower dotted line is the climb attitude, and the upper one is the descent attitude. Let's dig deeper into what that means. Pull back gently on the yoke until the climb attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude.
One of the things people have been pointing out, the Cessna's got a wicked torque, and it's...
According to your altimeter, we're gaining altitude. But we're losing airspeed, proving you can't avoid basic physics while making a climb. Excellent. That's good. Keep working on it, you'll get better. Now, let's level back out. Our speed is increasing and our altitude is stable. That's good. That's okay. Push gently on the yoke until the descent attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude. As expected, with a nose-down attitude, our altitude is decreasing while our speed is picking up. Great. That's good. Keep working on it, you'll get better. Okay, bring us back to level flight. Now your speed is decreasing and your altitude is stable. Nice. That's good. That's okay. Try to make only small adjustments to your pitch to avoid overcorrection.
All right. One of the things I've noticed right off the bat too, and others have noticed, is that the torque on the Cessna is really pronounced at the moment. So I went back and I did a calibration on the joystick, and then I went into the controls and I lowered the torque, and it's still there. It's not as severe, but getting your trim right and keeping your trim on the Cessna is, I feel, much more difficult at the moment. Hey, Llama Drama Farmer. Good to see ya. Normally when these things start out, you know how it's usually, I've got the controls and they turn it over to you. Nah, they're off. right off the bat. So your settings, the way you come into it at the moment.
For this lesson, we're going to use a line drawn on the windshield to indicate the crew's attitude. I've also added another dotted line to help you bank properly.
So let me speed up a little bit. So I haven't touched the joystick yet, but you see how automatically, look at the plane. Look at it yawing over. Haven't touched anything, but you know, and it's not the wind. So it's got a twist to it. What does she want me to do? Place the dotted line on the horizon.
Go ahead. Turn the yoke.
Yeah.
That's good. Watch your altitude. It wasn't constant during the turn. Now, let's see level back out.
The terrain does look pretty fantastic. I've had to turn it down a little bit.
For the next step, turning to the right, let's see how you do on your own without any markings. You can
First,
notches representing 10-degree increments on the attitude indicator part of your PFD. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees. Start banking right until you're lined up with the second notch to the right on the attitude indicator. Then, maintain that 20-degree bank while remaining at the same altitude until I ask you to stop. That's good. Level is back out now. That's good.
and that's good.
Remember to maintain altitude while leveling off. Small corrections on the yoke will lead to more accurate turns.
All right, so again, you saw there, even though I've turned the torque way down, she still wants to naturally roll over. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know. I don't fly it. I've never flown one in real life, so I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. I can definitely get the trim going, but you do have to do that. Oh, one of the things about controls in the past, when you've set a button on your joystick, there used to be a control in the past which would allow you to have it repeat. What do I mean by that? When you press a button like the trim button and you hold it, it will continue to add trim until you let go. So it repeats. So if you press the button and it's set to repeat, it will keep spinning that trim wheel until you let go. Okay? It's not doing it incrementally. They have put that back into Microsoft Flight Simulator. By default, it is set to repeat. So if you're trying to do fine tuning on your trim and you just want it to go one notch, one notch, one notch, one notch, and you just want to adjust it incrementally, you've got to go into your controls. This is weird. Let me show you. Controls. Let's go to the and is it? Oh, it's now the surfaces. Okay. So, primary control surfaces. Let me find trim. Okay. So aileron trim left and right. So I've got it set here, but now you've got to click on hardware settings again. No, not there. Is it this button? The settings button next to, yeah. All right, here it is. input repetition. This is on by default. Okay, I'm not sure what a lot of these do here. Tweak action curve, I don't know. Input value, don't know. Set inverted axis, I get what that is, you know, invert it. Set control on release. Delayed input. I don't know how you'd want to use that. But again, if you want to turn off that, check this. Or turn it on. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. So this should give me a way to show you what I'm talking about, because it's going to be doing it incrementally instead of repeatedly here.
In this lesson, let's take a look at the relationship between attitudes and power settings. Attitude plus power equals performance. We're currently at 5,500 feet in a cruise attitude. The aircraft's nose is positioned under the horizon, and cruise power is at 2,300 RPM.
See, we're turning over again. We're turning, so I don't want to touch the trim yet. I want to see what she says.
2,000 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet.
I don't know if she's going to care if I use autopilot or not.
Go ahead, lower your RPM to 2,000 while maintaining 5,500 feet. Go ahead, that's good. You probably noticed, to maintain altitude, you need to pitch the nose up. You could just keep pulling on the yoke to hold steady. But that's not really a precise means of...
Hold steady. No, it's not.
It's better to adjust your trim wheel until you don't need to push or pull on the yoke. Drag the trim down when you need to set the nose up. Drag it up to set the nose down.
Yeah, let's turn this back off.
Try adding trim to keep us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle.
Well, first, again, you got your lateral that's tipping us over, so I'm going to try to adjust for that. Boy, she does not know how accurate she is on that. Okay, so when I'm using it now,
You're not high enough.
it's just doing incrementally. I guess if you hold it down, it'll still do it that way. But I want to do it by, you know, so anyway, that's why I've set it that way.
Increase power to 2,300 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet. Get us back to a cruise attitude.
2,300.
Excellent. Now, adjust the trim.
For what? Straight and level? 5,500?
You'll get better. You did well, but you can do better.
Don't you know it?
The way I was taught, when you adjust the trim, you make course changes at first to remove pressure on the yoke. Then small adjustments to find the perfect setting to keep your desired attitude. If you feel your pitch slipping and need to get back to the proper attitude, don't worry. Just pull on the yoke, then dial in the right trim. That's the key to straight and level flight.
I can't find any white dudes that look like me. And then it's like, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just trying to point out the way it is in the character generator. It's like every face is Chinese or Asian. And they're like, these are all different. They don't look in. I know, how horrible. That does sound racist. They all look the same to me. But I couldn't find any white guys. It just... Can I have more people from Nebraska or that look like they're from Nebraska? That's what I always get told anyway. You look like you're from Nebraska. Never, you know, I visited it once. You look like a Nebraska boy. Okay. Did we get in the chat and then the Discord? Oh, okay. So I haven't gotten any of these yet either. Again, today I've just been mostly trying to get the controls right and the graphics settings right. Speaking of, let me check. Okay, and let me check my stats and see if we've been dropping frames. Frames missed due to render lag, 310. Skipped frames due to encoder lag, 327. How does it look on your end? Does it look fine? How does the audio sound? I haven't broadcast in a while, so I don't know if any of my settings have gone too haywire. I checked everything. They looked okay, but sometimes you never can tell. But hopefully the stream looks good. The gliding course, nice. F-18 maneuvers. Rally race, low altitude. Landing challenges, Red Bull, National Championship air races, discovery flights, and custom content. The marketplace is not open yet. Aha. See, now this one, are they giving us the option? Let's see, World Update USA. It says streamed. So you can't download these now, or what is, I don't really get it. Maybe that's the way they're doing it now, so you don't download the whole package onto your hard drive? Is that what this means? Streamed. Huh. Not installed. Goldfinger. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 F51D Goldfinger and Lady B. I'm not sure what these are. Oh, that's right. You can rent things now. That's weird. So my Denver is not here. My Las Vegas is not here. More options. Can't. That won't open. Is there settings? And there's no settings for this that I found. We don't have manual downloads anymore. The manual cache. I'm really kind of upset about that. I like doing all my caching before doing a stream. So if we come back over here to online and you come down here to your rolling cache settings, you can set how much you want. I got it set to 20 gigs at the moment. Cache path. But as you see, as you come down here, there's no manual cache. Yeah, it does look good at the moment. Some things look good to me. So, like the Colorado Front Range, I don't think looks that great at the moment. So in 2020 at the moment, looking out over when I spawn at K-Fly and I look out over towards the west, it was looking pretty dang good. And now I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on the draw distance accuracy and the content manager. It seems to be all kind of now wrapped up in that screen we were just on. That was fun during the alpha, the world photographer. I haven't seen a scene look that good yet, with all the water on and the reflectivity at the airport. Oh, you can skip this. There it is. So yeah, this is where I will start my career here at K-Fly. You know, what do you do? Okay. Notice a lot of lag right here, like when it's loading in. During the alpha, it was pretty quick. You'd click on it and it would do its zoom here. Now it slows down quite a bit before it comes down. So again, hopefully they're going to continue to optimize things, and who knows what other problems they're encountering right at the moment. At least they've got the connectivity issues seemingly handled. I don't think I have my manual walk control set up right yet.
Hello there. You must be Kenya's 2020, right?
Well, 2024, 25 now, kinda. Yeah, we'll just go with that.
Welcome to Meadow Lake. I'm Benjamin, the owner of this aero club.
I have a feeling Benjamin owns a lot of aero clubs.
Here at the club, we provide all the training lessons you need to get started and earn your private pilot license.
Those wheels over there don't look good. What's up with that?
Then, once you've earned your PPL, you can build up your flight hours and get more experience by taking people out on first flights. But before any of that, let's head outside and take a flight to get familiar with our aircraft and the local surroundings.
Stats.
This is where all our flying adventures begin. Why don't you walk around a bit while I finish the pre-flight preparations?
So I'm gonna have to lower some things or drop to it, maybe not a 4K. I mean, we're not losing a lot of frames, but I don't want to lose any. And the way I had it set up before is, I've had it set up to where it's all liquid and we don't have any frames dropped at all. So I'll get it back there, reset that. So what are the controls for move around the aircraft? Move left, right axis. That's not, so I don't know. None of the keys that I am clicking that I would normally use to move front, back, left, and right are working. See, let me use the arrow keys. Nope, arrow keys don't work. Shift arrow keys don't work. Control arrow keys, no. WASD, no. Number pad, no. So what is it? Move? Move up, move down. Move up, move down. Oh, and it's weird. If you want to clear one of these, like right here, I didn't select the right one. It says move backward right. I don't want that. All right. If you right click, nothing. You've got to come over here. Once you've set one, click the settings button and you've got to uncheck it. So now you got to scroll down and find out where it is and uncheck it, and that removes it. That's very different. Normally just right click, clear it, or click on it, clear it. So you got to do that now. So backwards, forwards, left, right, and let's see if that works.
I know the plane is majestic.
Nope.
You should see it in the air.
That does not work.
Get started.
Move left, right axis. Yeah, that doesn't, nah. So move doesn't work. And they didn't give you the controls. It says move the axis, but it doesn't work at all. Hum. They are going to add the ornithopter back in, it seems. There it is, its own little set category there. Player character. Interactions, movement. Okay. Set crouch. Does that usually C in FPS games? Now I want to clear this. Usually it's a toggle. Ah, strafe left. Set run. Toggle run, that's usually a shift. Well, let's see if that at least gets us moving. WASD. Yay, we're moving. Yay. All right.
In a Cessna 172 Skyhawk. It's the main trainer airplane in our flight school. Our Cessna's got a glass cockpit and a 180 horsepower engine. Climbs well and is easy to fly. It's one sweet ride. I'm ready if you are. So hop in and buckle up. Let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll.
While you settle in, let's go over our flight plan. After taking off, we will climb to 8,400 feet above sea level, and then fly over the airport to enjoy the view. Ready? Why don't you start the engine for us?
Why don't you just... No, I don't need to be rude to the AI. Press auto start engine to complete auto startup procedure. We have to control E. Is that going to work? And they don't have the checklist up here like they used to. It's probably on the EFB now. Auto start engine. Well, beacon landing, taxi, nav, strobe, whatever. Fuel pump. Open.
Perfect. The wind is from 270 degrees direction with a speed of 9 knots.
Oh, that's nice.
Taking off from runway 33. Okay, let me taxi to the...
That's cool. So he gave us the current weather actively. I think, and I doubt it's programmed. Maybe.
Alright, now comes the fun part. After releasing the brakes and applying full power, we will speed up and take off once we reach 60 knots airspeed. We will be climbing at 75 knots, which is the recommended climbing speed for the Cessna Skyhawk. While climbing, we will follow a left-hand traffic pattern and make 2 turns. Don't worry if it sounds overwhelming. I am here to help.
You know,
The parking brakes, otherwise we're not going anywhere.
okay, but I do believe he has that wrong. He's going to have us do a left, but at Meadow Lake, it's a right. On 33 heading this way, when you take off, the pattern is to the right. If you take off from the other end at 15, it's to the left. Here at Meadow Lake, as I understand, because it's mostly student flying, they want everybody turning and flying that way. Because right here and beyond is Colorado Springs, and it's heavily congested going that way. So I can understand why, unless they've changed things, all traffic is supposed to go that way.
You handle the yoke, and I'll take care of the pedals, steering the aircraft on the runway during takeoff.
Again, the terrain is it's interesting. I didn't realize
55 knots.
how much of a difference.
To lift off. We are approaching our first turn. As you'll see, the Cessna 172 requires very little yoke movement to turn. You can start turning left. We are 300 feet above the ground. I will retract the flaps. You keep climbing.
He asked that like it was a question, or he was surprised.
Don't pull too much on the yoke. We are too slow. Keep climbing and prepare for the next turn. That's better. Keep it going. This is a good Okay, turn left again. We are almost there. Remember, we need to climb to 8,400 feet. It will keep us 500 feet above the traffic pattern. Don't pull too much on the yoke. We are too slow.
Climb, but don't climb. We had this problem in the Alpha to where...
I love the weather today. The clouds are beautiful, aren't they? Fantastic. Look around, see our airport? Let's fly over it.
The little insert map up there in the corner, it's pretty cool.
Fantastic. I know that you're busy navigating and controlling the plane, but don't forget to enjoy the view.
Right? Okay. How's that view?
Well done. I believe you have a talent for piloting. I hope you enjoyed the flight. Let's head back to the ground now.
I'm glad that we flew together today. This might be the first chapter in your pilot's journey, if you want to embark on it. Let's catch up at our headquarters. You seemed comfortable out there. I'm sure you will get your PPL in no time. There's a laptop in the office that shows all the certification information you'll need for your PPL exam. Take a look. Here you can see all the different certifications you can pass throughout your career. Your first step is to work towards your private pilot license. All the training lessons you'll need to pass the PPL exam are available here. Make sure you're comfortable with these before taking the exam.
Cool. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with all that. The cost of the exam is a one-time payment. You can retry it for free at any time. They took my ducats. I mean, gonna take a sip of my coffee here, and time is it? 46 minutes after the hour. Woo. Excuse me. Kind of bit me there.
It's time. Your first ever check ride. Start by removing the covers and chocks, then join me inside.
Yeah, this is different. Okay. And then she says join her inside. Skip to I don't know. Hold next flight phase.
Your goal is to complete a left-hand traffic pattern, respecting the flight path and all required speeds. Rely on what you have learned in your trainings and you'll be fine. Now show me the best traffic pattern that you've got.
Let's see if they get mad at you for overspeeding. She did last time. They did it actually did come up in the report. Pretty nice when I was flying around here earlier that, whoa. She's kind of scary looking. There was a lot of active traffic here earlier. When I first came in, everything's set to on, you know, all the AI traffic. And quite a bit of traffic here at K-Flight today. Plus it populated a bunch of aircraft into the parking lot, so that was nice. So they've got lights in some of those windows. I wonder if those are like the 3D buildings where you can see inside of them. I haven't figured out a way or found a way to turn off the bloom yet. You see we got the bloom effect going on. That was a toggleable thing in 2020 that I could not find the option for it. I don't mind it, but the buildings are way different now. Those are way tall. I'm pretty sure you can skip these. I think there was an option when we first got into the aircraft. If you like, it says press and hold and skip to taxi. So this part isn't interesting to you. I understand. The thing to always remember though, that let's say, you know, you're going to want to do this in the real world. Just always keep in mind in the back of your head that in the old school training, they would always say, do not taxi any faster than you can walk briskly. Okay? So you saw there that was way more than walking briskly to get here. So if you want to make them absolutely happy with your first check ride here, then try it. Just, normally you're talking to your co-pilot or your instructor and you're going over everything. And so doing, a slow taxi gives you plenty of time to go over everything, talk about everything. How's the wife? Plenty of time to do everything. Sure, we don't need to go back. You don't have to use the restroom before we go. I wonder if they wanted us to talk to air traffic control. No.
Kilo Foxtrot Lima, Yankee traffic Cessna November, 82936, taking off runway tree, straight out departure.
Oil pressure's up, EGT all the way. Cheers. I really want to find a manual or something for that Archer that I started out with. I kind of have it figured out, but not really, and I keep getting these engine failures, so obviously I'm doing something wrong. But in the last few live streams that I did, I was talking about the future and these aircraft that are coming up that are going to have VTOL capabilities and be super simple to fly, and now we have one in the simulator. And so I was trying to get the hang of it earlier, and I love it. I love it. I love it. See the way the Pikes Peak looks in the background and the Front Range looks in the background? I don't know that I entirely like it. I believe we were getting more clarity. Maybe they're saying it's the haze now and they're doing the haze thing. I don't know. Early days, though. Everything will improve. Just happy to be in it and flying again and starting this next leg of our career mode. We did pretty good. You weren't around for the first 70, 80 podcasts or live streams, where it was all using Neofly, the career stuff. And I ended up earning, before I quit, $9 million. So that was a lot of fun. And I don't know if they want you calling it in. That's another thing too. Like doing this. Come on, open. You got anything? Don't even have any options. Press quick reply to announce. Sorry. I'm trying to figure out where the hell the quick reply button is. And when you're in this window, your controls are messed up. They're like locked up. I can't announce. I don't know where the hell the announce is. Quick reply to announce. Normally it's a 1. Oh man. This is ridiculous. They almost put you too close. You got to do such a damn dive. It makes no sense. That's gonna give somebody that's new a heart attack. Should not do that to them. Yeah, so they're gonna ding me for not contacting air traffic control. And the graphics there are horrible. It's freaking out. I was having a hard time. And then that's locked up. So that was clicked. Yeah, she's lagging bad. So yeah, that's not allowing me to reply at all. Two's no different. So yeah, I didn't see any option. Like I said, are we supposed to call it in? I was getting ready to call in my base, and I don't know where it's at. Yeah, and again, I can't explain what's going on with the graphics right now. See how it's really lagging bad. That's a shame. Oh well, we'll figure it out. We'll work it out. We'll find this quick respond button that they're talking about, or set it. Quick reply. But yeah, we're at 16 frames per second. Nothing's really changed. I mean, we just did a pattern. First time we did it, didn't have this kind of problem at all. And now we're not getting anything beyond that. I see. Somehow, I think we're supposed to turn around and go the other way. Yeah, 17 frames per second. No bueno. Press quick reply. Okay, let's find out if quick reply. Quick reply not set. Okay. So I don't know.
Kilo Foxtrot Lima Yankee traffic Cessna November 82936 is taxiing to parking.
Really down there? Let's turn frame generation off at the moment. See if we can get our frames back. Back to 44 frames. 36 frames. .41 frames, 97% GPU usage. Wow, that was a huge GPU spike. We were at 37 for a second and jumped back up to 95. Ah, they're gonna put us down in the field. Just tuning in, I think I've said at the start that the thing that might impress you the most is the terrain differences. If you have like this here where we're at here at K-Fly and Meadow Lake, in 2020 everything is flat. All buildings are on the same plane. That lower field is on the same plane. There's a huge drop off where there's a, well, it's a steep drop over here, and that was never there before, so that's nice. The terrain stuff. Look at how they want us to go park way out here in the boonies. Take our plane, get it all dirty, drive down a hill. When there's great parking lot all up above, but no, let's do some off-roading. And then have to come way out here to the taco stand. Looks like a missile. Was that a missile? Hey, in our career mode, maybe we get to bomb somebody. Look at that. Probably an ultralight or something. Hold engine auto stop.
Great job. There's always room for improvement, right?
He'll give anybody a license. Respect the traffic pattern, altitude. Yeah. Wow. They gave me at least the path right. The taxi path. 88. Really? They're not giving me a ding on the speed? On the taxi speed? I'm surprised. But, you know, in the real world, I have noticed from the time I was a little kid, I was flying with my dad at a very early age and taking a lot of commercial flights as a young kid. And they taxied, when I was young, they taxied at the speed that I talked about. You do not taxi any faster than you can fly. And it doesn't matter what aircraft I was in. Whether I was in a small general aviation or we were up in one of the commercial airliners, everybody taxied much, much, much slower. From 1975 up into the 80s. Now, in the last 10 years, commercial flights that I've taken, they haul ass. They haul ass out of the gate, from taxi to the takeoff, and they haul ass as soon as they touch down. I did one recently. It was a little bit smaller aircraft from Denver to Colorado Springs. Like a 15-minute flight. When he hit that runway, it was like a non-stop transition all the way from the runway to the gate. I didn't really feel him hit the brakes too much. He came down, slowed down. By the time the plane, it was, you know, whatever. He had slowed down enough and never really stopped the plane at all. So it's a much faster world out there these days. Okay. So now we can it'll start populating jobs, right? New aircraft flyable for missions. The flight design CTSL, the Robin, the 152, and the JMB aircraft. Skyhawk is going to have the most cargo space and passenger space, but fly what you want, you know.
Congratulations on passing your PPL exam.
Well, thank you.
That's the first of many steps on your career path.
All right. You know, Benjamin, we should go have some barbecue. Nothing creates bonds like barbecue.
Your PPL allows you to fly recreationally and begin to build up your flight hours. First flight missions are a great way to increase your experience. Let's go back to headquarters and review the specializations board to learn more. As you can see, the career journey of a pilot can take many different paths. As I said earlier, your PPL is the first step, allowing you to fly recreationally and perform first flight missions, taking people on tours around the local area. As you build up your flight hours and earn more certifications, other specializations will become available. Take a look around, then when you're ready, head to the missions list to see what's available.
Okay.
On this map, you can see all the missions currently available to you. There's one mission currently available. Select it now.
David and his Colorado Springs Discovery Tour. 45 minutes? Really? David Beard and his brother are ready to hit the skies with you if you're up to it. You can take them over Colorado Springs. Man, just on the outskirts of it, we're not even getting into the good stuff. Shouldn't take 45 minutes. Just be like 4 to 5 minutes. nautical miles. Okay. 59 degrees Fahrenheit. It does say 45 minutes. Huh. Your electronic flight bag. Here you can view some of your flight statistics. Access your logbook. Manage your preferences. Access and manage all your EAP applications. Altitude. Last time during the alpha, it didn't have this set up in your Garmin. So we'll see about now.